Greetings. Welcome to the Wealth for Real YouTube channel. I'm your host, Christopher Anastasio. It's Wednesday, December 27th, 2023. Although you're probably watching this after that date because I published it after that date, but wanted to share with you guys a couple of Twitter posts or X posts by a guy I follow, Alex Conte, in the real estate sort of tech sector about commercial real estate and the impending commercial real estate crisis that really threatens to kind of blow the lid off the economy and kind of have downstream sort of effects and things of that nature. So what I wanted to start with, there's two posts that I wanted to show you. This was the first one I saw today, guys. You can see the date on it is today, the 27th, 1:49 p.m. Has this building here, which is in downtown Washington, D.C. And just going to kind of read this to you very quickly. Office building in downtown D.C. sold at foreclosure for $30 million. Cost to develop at $95.5 million back in 2016. Balance owed on the loan, $92 million when the property went to auction. So you see a big shortfall there. $30 million sold, $92 million owed. The huge discount comes in spite of the building being incredibly well located, 660 North Capitol Street, near landmarks like Union Station, Capitol Hill. Approximately 22% of the building is vacant, and one of the largest tenants, WeWork, vacated 25,000 square feet earlier this year. So if you want to call this a canary in the coal mine, guys, go ahead and do so. Obviously, a vignette that is going to be oft repeated and already has been repeated. This isn't the first building to kind of go into this kind of situation, over the last couple of years as things kind of, came out of the pandemic with the whole work from home movement and stuff like that. So we know this is happening with some frequency, with some regularity. And so this is just a very stark example of that. And I just thought, credit to Alex for some of the numbers on this, doing some of this research to kind of show you how drastic this is. I mean, a $30 million foreclosure sale with $92 million owed. I mean, barely got a third or so back on the amount owed. So they're still going to owe obviously $62 million and default, or whatever's going to happen next. It's not going to be good. So this was the first one I wanted to show you guys that I thought was fairly compelling. The other one is this one right here, guys. So this post came out only about an hour or so ago, breaking more than $2.8 trillion of U.S. commercial real estate debt is due to mature from next year. So we're obviously talking 2024, although it feels like it's right here on our doorstep anyway. But from next year, 2024 through 2028, the majority of it held by banks. So if you just look at this chart here, guys, $3 trillion matures through 2028. Banks have the biggest exposure. So here's the bar chart, right? Banks are in black, way up here, okay? CMBs, honestly, I'm going to have to look this up. I believe this is credit mortgage-backed securities. I think the MBS is definitely mortgage-backed securities. This is maybe collateralized mortgage-backed securities. So that may actually be the more likely spelling out of this abbreviation. I'm going to go with that and say it's collateralized mortgage-backed securities that have been sold off, packaged up and sold off. That appears to be the second highest one, at least in the near-term years, and it's way lower than the banks. Life companies, I'm going to assume this means life insurance that invested in mortgages, government-sponsored enterprises. I think this is talking about maybe Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. I don't know for sure, guys. I could be totally wrong about that. And then you have an other category here that's not insubstantial relative to some of the other colors next to it. But, you don't have to stare at this chart for very long to realize that in every single out year, I mean, this was, of course, looking back on 2023, you see the picture is fairly similar in 24. In fact, the chart looks almost identical. I mean, you have a little bump here, a little drop on the purple. Everything else looks about the same. And then, it just keeps ratcheting up. It looks like 2027, you really have a big, kind of delta over the current day to 2027. But you also have a little bit of a spike here on government-sponsored enterprises. But this to me is one of the best snapshots of this, and it's a topic that I've talked about fairly frequently on my various platforms. But if I had to show one picture that really visually captured it and brought it all together, this is the best one I've seen because this one goes the furthest to 2028. I'd previously seen some stuff that talked about single years, Like, what's 2025 look like? What's 2027 look like? Stuff like that. So this guy's, I think if you lived through 2008, this is flashing something at you like subprime, right? This is like, oh my God, like in 2005 and 6 and 7, they were telling me, you the viewer, they were telling me that it was just subprime. Like, it's just subprime. It's not prime mortgages. It's not going to spill over. It's just going to be subprime is the only thing that's going to blow up. If even that blows up. And of course, that was all wrong. We know it was all wrong. We know it was a total disaster, well beyond that one sliver of the sector. So that's what this thing screams to me is this really just about commercial real estate? Is this really going to be contained only to commercial real estate? Or is this commercial real estate thing that's going on going to have this multiplicative domino-like effect like subprime did 15 years ago? So wanted to show you guys this. Alex has a lot of good stuff on real estate. You can see he's got, here's LA office building. So, I mean, I didn't even see this one until I'm looking at this with you guys right now. Sold for $92.5 million. Now it just sold for $44.7. The Aon Center. I don't know what the Aon Center is, but let's see. All his real estate giants like WeWork filed bankruptcy, flood the market with supply. So you get, I mean, all kinds of stuff in here probably like this. Yeah, I mean, this was the article about the guy who jumped to his death from Douglas Elliman. I mean, just take a look at this, guys. Even if you don't like Alex or agree with his stuff, I would say these are some factual vignette types of material that you're going to benefit from as you try to prepare or get ahead of this disaster that's coming. And it's just, I can't look away from this because of what it reminds me of from 15 years ago. And at the time, just not being savvy enough to tune in closely enough and say, wait a second, you got all these government officials saying subprime is going to be the extent of it. And of course, they're probably lying and they're probably trying to make things seem better than they are so that people don't panic. I can see it now with commercial real estate and these types of statistics. This just looks absolutely horrific when you think about the scale effect that could come from this. So anyway, guys, would love to hear what you think about it. What are you thinking about with commercial real estate? What are you guys doing in your portfolios? How are you reacting to it? I mean, let me reiterate, guys, I'm a regular Joe who's just desperately trying to stay above water and not get crushed by the next tsunami. And these are the types of things that keep me up at night is what does this mean? What is going to come of this? Am I prepared for it? Will I see it when it happens? Will I be fast enough to react? Will I know what to do when the time comes? You only get a few of these waves in your lifetime, and I massively missed on the 2008 Great Recession. Didn't really gain anything out of that wreckage, or was not positioned in any way, shape, or form to benefit from that or to try to come out stronger from that. But definitely trying to do so now. So we'd love to hear what you guys are thinking, how you're tracking this, and what your thoughts are in general on it. I also want to say, since this is going to be posting in the last couple of days of the year, thank you to everybody who supported the channel. If you watched the video, if you liked the video, if you shared a video, if you commented on a video, or all of the above, it means the world to me, guys. Like I said, I'm just kind of regular guy out here trying to survive these types of situations and just giving you my 2 cents on it, trying to call things to your attention that maybe you missed or didn't see. Hopefully vice versa, I get the same thing from you. And so I really, really appreciate any time you took here on the channel. So hope you guys have a great rest of the week and year. And, we'll talk to you guys again soon. I'll try to get some more videos up by the end of the year, but definitely in January 2024, we'll be back at it. Thanks, guys. Have a great evening, and we'll talk soon.